Yeah, we knew that we are playing against a very very difficult team, a team that came into this encounter, oozing confidence and been doing very well, obviously, in terms of the games that they've played so far. You know, and we knew that it was going to be tough for us, and we're coming from a difficult moment in terms of our last game before this one. So we needed to get maximum points on this one just to, you know, get our confidence back as well and gain the momentum. And I think we started off very well. We dictated terms. That's how we want to play as a team. We were all over, though we did not create enough, goal scoring opportunities in terms of clear cut. Uh, but the few that we managed to create, we were also not clinical. And we knew that if we are not going to be, taking our goal scoring opportunities, then they will gain momentum. And as soon as they gain that confidence, they can put us under pressure. And from nowhere, they can, from a counter attack or break attack, that can boost their confidence. And it happened exactly like that. We ended up being one man down from our corner. Uh, and now, when we one man down, we had to change the structure a little bit, go with 4-4-1. At that time, we felt maybe we should keep it as it was because we needed Machine still to connect with Keegan, Sohota, and Kama up front there because Machine is more of a playmaker, but we knew that also for him to cover that distance when he had no one behind him, it was always going to be a challenge for him. So we had to keep him until half time, and with the hope that we can bring in Jabul and bring stability in the middle, but still keep Sikhota, Kama, and Kigen, keep the ball and launch those attacks when allowed or when the moment was right. And I think the boys did very well. They kept a little bit of composure on the ball. They kept the ball even when we were under pressure because we wanted to hide the ball from them so that they can be frustrated, and then once they are frustrated, then you can easily punish them or make them lose the control because as soon as we were one man down, you could see they gained that confidence with the belief that now they are on top of us. So I think the guys responded very well. They kept the shape, they kept the discipline, and yeah, when we got a penalty, obviously we expected to convert from the spot, and we managed to score. But we could have maybe scored one from another one from Sitebe, I think just to kill the game off because we knew that if we can keep that discipline at the back and buy time also, with keeping the ball, not just kicking the ball away, and we knew that we stand a good chance of getting maximum points. And the boys did very well when it comes to that. Surely towards the end of the game, I think the last 10 minutes now, we were forced a little bit to hoof it because the energy levels had dropped that time, and we expected the boys now to, you know, uh, to be more cautious, avoiding to play the ball too much backwards to the keeper, which is something that we need to improve on. Like when you rotate the ball at the back, we need to know when to attack, always waiting for those openings. And I think today we're not consistent enough in terms of seeing those moments. But it's a work in progress. What we needed was the 3 points to boost the confidence and get the momentum going. And yeah, the boys, I'm so proud of them. They deserve it. And also the oppositions, they deserve credit because they did not sit back. They came here to play and put us under pressure. But I think they tested us very, very well.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to welcome from members of the media, namely your media house, and we'll take only 4 questions for tonight. We'll start the side and come that way. This side. Coach, good level from coach and training for coach. Coach, depending this for coach.
Yeah.
Just the two players said in last time Japan was getting Kaizer and getting a good game, and tonight he won another match. Tell me your thoughts about him. And you said he didn't play for 6 months, and he joined Kaizer Chiefs for the last 4 games. He has produced some decent performances. So as a former player as well, so mentally, what do you think we have the right to make sure he bounce back with a great performance from last year?
Ngiyabonga futhi. Hello. Okay. Ngiyabonga futhi for umbuzo. I think ngizocala ngoNjabulo. Njabulo is a top defender. Top defender futhi a risky defender. You know, and for a modern game, you need a defender as arrogant njengaye, but also is going to born a danger, you know. So we're still working on him, and he did very well, you know, today for his club, for his team and my teammates work, because it's important to boost the confidence with my players individually. And uNjabule udlale kahle kakhulu mawuza kuloko nokudefenda futhi udefende kahle. I think kuba i-man of the match namhlanje uyakudeserve, and ngithemba ukuthi uzoyibamba kanje nokuya phambili, you know. And uyazi ukuthi na umdlalo wesinye isikhathi uba kusimo lesi sizokwenza ukuthi ulambele ukudlala. I think ukubonisile namhlanje ukuthi nangaphandle kwama-mistakes, because i-football is a game of mistakes. Kusasa kuzoba umunye wenza i-mistake, but akusho ukuthi kumele simbulale, kuzomele simakhe simncede abuye, ngoba if sizobulala every player ezoyenza i-mistake egroundini, then sizowaluza ama-player, ugcine usele nge-player one. So ama-players kumele azi ukuthi football is a game of mistakes, but kumele uminimize ama-mistakes wakho in order for wena uzokwazi ukuwina ama-games wakho. So cabanga ukuthi namhlanje Njabulo is one of the players ezenze less of our mistakes, and ngakho sikhiphe i-clean sheet singaconsideranga i-goal, and also uBrandon naye did very well. Then ngiphenduleka Sithebe, wonke ama-players wethu from ku-pre-season besazi ukuthi ubani nama-challenges akanje nobani nama-challenges akanje, and that is why uma ngabheka manje you look at the top performance namhlanje, bebegijima from first whistle until, you know, we no longer a team edlala a game of two halves. Lezothi mayidlala first half kahle and then second half ikhathele ingakhona ukwenza lutho. So bokhona ukubona nje ama-players mhlambe like uSukhoto, because of ukuleka i-game time besazi ukuthi uzokrempa, besi-worried futhi ukuthi noKhigen uzophathwa amajaqamba, noKhama uzophathwa amajaqamba. Ungani? Ngoba because of the number of games asebazidlalile eziza back to back, and nalezi sisazozidlala sina about kusasa. Actually kusasa we flying to Cape Town, so sina one day yokuprepare. So manje kumele umanage ama-players, and then we have to fly back to Johannesburg and fly back to Cape Town on Saturday for a cup game, MTN. So ama-games aza ngobuningi, but-ke ngicabanga ukuthi sinamasoja esiwaprepare kahle, nanoma ngabe kwesinye isikhathi izinto zingeke zihambe ngendlela esifuna ngayo, kodwa-ke namhlanje babonise a lot of positive attitude, tactical discipline, and ne-respect, you know, for the game. You know, so ngicabanga ukuthi we can take this game sifunde okuningi kuyo kuma-positives and nakuma-mistakes futhi. So just like the previous game, sifunde okuningi kuyo, and sabona ukuthi we were not as bad as we thought. We were just unfortunate ukungathatha ama-chance, but ama-oppositions ayathatha ama-chance. So I think it go down to the wire. From a side in lethu, we'll take it one step at a time, because we are a work in progress. Asikho ukuthi sizozifaka i-pressure or senzeni, ama-games sizowathatha one step at a time.
Coach, last 2 questions, let's go back.
because we said it's only our communication team they are doing it earlier. So we have to play called 59 rather. But how far is the Julian from getting it started? And maybe secondly, tell us about the new striker, how good is he and how is going to fit in the team?
Ngicela angizwanga ngokugcina.
The new striker that you just mentioned,
Oh,
how good is he? What are the next steps of him?
or the new striker.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I think Itu is been doing well at training just like all the goalkeepers. But obviously, he needed to be at a certain level for him to be ready with Adlale. So the other goalkeepers are ahead of him in terms of fitness level and readiness. So he's been working very hard, on and off the field, and also, he's got his own personal trainer, which is something is encouraging and not to show him good. He's showing a lot of discipline, outside. He's taking a career very, very serious. But like we said, we are creating a competition within the squad. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past or what you can do now. What is very, very key is who can help the team now. And if ever that's going to be given the opportunity, comes in and do the business. And that will obviously give him the opportunity, to start the game. Like today, we started with Sikhota. Sikhota, we had to work with him because he was a player that couldn't play for 90 minutes. And today we are happy managed to play 80 minutes at least. Why? Because he was lacking, endurance capacity. But we've been working on him to improve endurance capacity. Okay? And now he's coming to the part you can see, even when he was tired, he was pushing. So at some point when he was tired, you lose concentration, and even when we are defending, he was not part of the team. But what was good today about him was how he responded after he's been a good program. You would see means would have a better player and recover quicker. So he's coming all right. So like I'm saying, we've got these individual programs and corrections that helps individuals to improve their game, you know. Uh, and all the players are doing very well. They're showing commitment and discipline, and just to fit into the structure, because it's not going to be easy for any other player to play the way we want to play. We have to defend as a team, we have to attack as a team, we have to be there for each other and complement each other, very well. So they did that today, even when we were one man down. And the player that we just brought in, Caleb, and obviously we saw Caleb. We had about 3 weeks. We spent 3 weeks with Caleb, and we were impressed. But we didn't want to rush into things because we were still looking. We are avoiding a situation of this quick fix thing that we should just bring any player because of maybe desperate. We are not desperate. You could even see today, yes, even if we didn't have number 9, but we look like we can come up with something. And our players as well, they must know they're going to have to improvise, because there will be games where you have number 9, he gets a red card, and then what do? You understand what I'm saying? So if your number 9 is not doing well on the day, so gone are those days of number 9. Once you have a front three, any of the front three can play as a number 9. One of them can play as a false 9, because that's where the game is going, or that's where the game is being right now when you look at all the top teams. So we have responded very, very well in terms of individual performance. So I'm proud of the boys. And yeah, we believe that Caleb is going to help us, because he's the type of a striker that can, when we want him, on top, does that. When we want him as maybe as a number 10, he still has those, the quality, to help us. So yeah, that's why we had to wait for the right moment and be sure as to whether he's the right player for us. So I believe he's one of the good players, and he's going to come in at value.
Thank you, Coach. Now, anyone has a mic here? Question?
I'm seeing everyone from Coach, obviously we're trying to build a team for these players, and my question is, so far when you look at the games that have played, are you seeing any improvement in the players? Are they doing things accordingly? And looking at your team right now, they're not directly in scoring goals. since you brought only one striker, is there any plan maybe to bring like more of the strikers so that you can get more goals?
Well done, coach.
Yeah.
Can we take the last question so the coach will be able to cover?
Magazine Spinello Samdelo from Kaizer FM. I had the privilege of visiting Italy London as to watching the match, and I saw that every decision that you took as a technical team had some sort of reaction from Abalandi, particularly that of Ungeza. When it came on, there was a lot of noise around the stadium, and immediately after it came on, Watulagi yellow card. So what was your thinking, Naleso's and what do you make of his overall performance, obviously coming back from the last performance in the States and
Coach, we'll start with the Ngazana question.
Ngozana question, yeah. I think, football taught me something. It's how you come back after a setback. And if Sia, is not going to get the opportunity, he's never going to grow as a player. And as I said earlier on, that football is a game of mistakes. And some of the mistakes are going to be, critical, or they're going to happen at the wrong time, just like it happened, and unfortunately we couldn't recover, but it's part of learning for him. And he actually, when he went in, let alone the yellow card, but he brought in some stability at the back as well, because we had to now play with three and push the full backs, and wait for the right moment for them to come at us so that we can get the spaces, behind, because we were one man down and the energy levels were dropping. And I think adding Sia gave us that stability. So yes, I understand our supporters sometimes, they feel a little bit insecure because of the previous performance, but it's part of the game. His confidence will grow, and even our supporters, they will start believing in him as well, because he's been one of our top defenders. When you look at the games, especially the games that we played this season, against Royal AM and against Marisbeck at home. So, except for the two mistakes that he made against Sundowns, unfortunately that those two mistakes were costly. But it doesn't mean that he's a bad player overnight. And we are building a team here. We're building a team that we're still going to make a lot of mistakes, because it's a work in progress. But as soon as this machine, is running like a well-oiled machine, then I don't think it's going to be easy for any team that will come out, especially when we are hosting them. Just like today, we showed resilience, we showed character, we showed a lot of, discipline when we were defending, though we did not create a lot of chances like we would have loved to. For obvious reasons, we one man down. But the boys, they showed a lot of character, and I'm so proud of them. And it goes to all the the Kaizer Chiefs players, and I hope our people also give the support that they've been giving, through thick and thin, and we appreciate them, and we appreciate the support that they gave us also today, because we miss them a lot. And that's the reason I think we are also doing well now, because of their begging numbers, to give us that support and cheer us up. And we appreciate everything that they're doing for us. And then,
Coach, the other question is the progress of your team, and you're not scoring many goals.
yeah. If you can look at where we come from, as a team, the energy levels, the tactical discipline, um, the boys, expressing themselves, I don't know when was the last time I watched Kaizer Chiefs, playing with one man down but still keep the ball with confidence. We played with one man down for the better part of second half, and also maybe for about 15 minutes of the first half. But we still managed to build up, and from the back, from the goalkeeper, and that shows, confidence and arrogancy and the way we want to play. So when it comes to that, I was so happy. And even other games that we played, Uh, as much as we had one game that one of the games that we lost, but we still, in terms of the position, because once you dominate position, you stand a good chance of creating enough goal scoring opportunities. All up to you now to take those chances that you create. So I think the boys did very well, and obviously, in terms of not scoring enough goals, I think it's something that we'll work on as time goes on, because we're gonna have everyone available. We still have Dove. I was waiting for his work permit. We still have Caleb who's coming. So I think now the team will be even more balanced, and we won't be worried about if maybe Kama is injured or Ashley is injured. We will have a balanced team and we'll have too much firepower that when we make substitutions, we'll still have numbers. And could even see today Sokhota also raised his hand. He did very well. So we're proud of the boys and we hope that we keep that consistency.
We thank the coach and the Kaizer Football Club. We'd like to thank members of the media.